our first son was 7 years old when he was diagnosed with Duchenne's muscular dystrophy, and at that time my wife was pregnant with our second son, and after he was born we found he'd also had Duchenne's muscular dystrophy, which is a degenerative muscular disease, and currently they're both in power wheelchairs. So it was a stressful time as parents, young parents at that time, and as a parent you always have it's just suddenly you're given this news and it's kind of like, well, what's next? And there's a certain process that parents will go through as a diagnosis comes in, and one is a little bit of denial and another is kind of like, where do I turn? And Child Development Center has really been an important part, and it really allowed us to know what the next step was as parents, and sometimes a little hand-holding goes a long way.
At about 5 months old, Graydon was diagnosed with having what's called the genesis of the corpus callosum, so part of his brain didn't develop. And we noticed that he was falling behind in his developmental milestones. So I made a phone call here, and they sent somebody out from the infant development program to our house to see how he was doing, and they realized at that point that he probably needed some physical therapy. So we started working with Karen Koopman here at CDC when Graydon was about 9 months old, and we've been coming to see her on a weekly basis for physical therapy. He's recently just started some speech therapy as well, and occupational therapy comes in probably once every couple weeks to see him as well.
The Child Development Centre is one of 21 children's treatment centres in Ontario, and we provide services to children and youth aged 0 to 19 who have multiple physical, neurological, or developmental challenges, and they would come here and receive a multidisciplinary assessment from a physio, an occupational therapist, social worker, a psychologist, and a developmental pediatrician. And hopefully they'd be able to determine a diagnosis and provide a block of treatment if required. So that's what we do, and we provide ongoing treatment throughout the course of the child's lifetime. So a child would come here possibly at a young age and would be seen through till their 18th year if necessary.
On Sunday, March 27th, there's a walk at for the Child Development Center. There's a 10-kilometer race, a 5-kilometer race and walk, and then a 1-kilometer kids walk. About a week ago, my husband and I, we had seen the banner a while ago but kind of forgot about it, and then we saw in the newsletter that got sent out to us about the walk, we decided a week ago, we're going to do this walk. So for the last week, I've been putting out requests of pledges from the community, from friends and family, and we've been very fortunate. We've had lots of family and friends pledge Graydon in his walk, and we've been able to get over $1,000 so far. So we still have the rest of this week to go, so we'll see what we can do.
I remember distinctly being out running. I was an avid runner at that time, and it just came to me, and I thought, I work for this institution, and I'm really interested in running now, really involved, and something I'd like to do is to, in some way, give back to running and also give back to the institution that I worked in. When the first race came around and I was looking for volunteers, it turned out that my feeling about where I was working was correct. There was so much of goodwill in the Child Development Center itself, and people came out to volunteer so easily and so readily that it made my job much easier at the time.
We are funded through the Ministry of Children and Youth, and that money helps to maintain the operations here, including staff salaries and costs involved in running a center like this. But it's an important event. It really does help us get pieces of equipment that we wouldn't normally be able to purchase. Like an example of a piece of equipment that we bought last year with money raised was an adapted tricycle. And so an adapted tricycle costs about $2,000. And so because we were able to purchase a couple of those, it means that a child with, say, cerebral palsy, who normally wouldn't be able to ride a tricycle, can actually ride a tricycle around the halls here.
It's never too late to register, actually, and you can register, and right up to the last minute. If you come on race day and you want to register in either the 5K, 10K, or even in the 1K run for the children, just come out and bring your money with you, and you'll be able to register anytime, probably up till 9:30 in the morning on that morning.
We've been very fortunate. They've been excellent to us here at Child Development Center, and to be able to give them something back for the help that they're doing for us to help Graydon out, it's a great feeling to know that we can do that.
You don't realize how close you are to this. You look around you and you will find within your own circle of influence, you know somebody who has a child with disabilities. And that's what your eye gets open up to, and we all need a helping hand through life. And this is one thing that these parents with these children really need a helping hand, and someone you know.
My name's Brianna McCracken and I'm a brown belt.
My name's Zach Bird, I'm a black belt.
And you're watching K-Town Source on TVCOGECO.